There's another argument, Admiral, and that is that the Ukraine experience showed that one of the shortcomings of the Russian forces was that they depended on very young, fighting force with little experience and not totally battle ready, and that experience is put in the context of the criticism of Agnipath.
The Ukraine-Russia conflict has rather not been analyzed in depth so far. But I can tell you that there are so many other major battles and wars which have happened where either conscripts or people with short duration have been employed, and there have been successful militaries that have taken part in them. World War II, World War I, they were all great examples. So it is probably incorrect on our part to draw lessons from just something which has happened recently over about 100 days. It needs to be probably studied and analyzed. But let me tell you one thing. A lot of people are talking of the cohesion of the unit. Now, when you talk of cohesion, there are two types of cohesion. One is task cohesion, the other is social cohesion. What is important for the military is task cohesion. And task cohesion depends not on the longevity of a person in a unit. It depends upon how well you are trained, how well you are integrated in your unit, what is the type of leadership, what is the type of threats that you face, and what are the type of exercises that you are put through. So it is a whole sort of an environment that makes this cohesion happen.
Admiral, will it create different groups of people within the forces? Agniveers on the one side, those who are in long service on the other, divisions within the forces based upon the tenure of service. Will it create this sort of groups? Will it create discipline issues?
I don't foresee any discipline or any other issues in this regard. This is probably one of the reasons why, while many of the veterans and many agencies were talking of a pilot project being undertaken, we had debated this. I had been involved in this for the last 2 years. One of the reasons why we decided not to do with the pilot project was especially this, so that we can't have two similar entries, one the Agniveer and one a normal entry happening at the same time. That would have created a rift, that would have created a class within a class and so on. So therefore, the only entry is going to be the Agniveer entry, and after 4 years, provided the Agniveer is willing and he wants to continue the life in the military, then he's got an option to opt for continuing the service.
Now, most important right now, as you understand, Admiral, is to douse this fire. Obviously, there has been an element of provocation there. What more can be done? Because the last thing we want is an uninformed debate about the forces, which creates a sense of social anarchy. So what more can be done, and what more can the forces do to make sure that this fire does not spread?
We have got in touch with all our veterans. We have been interacting with them to spread the message, because you're aware that in communication, when you pass something, obviously there is a possibility of miscommunication and misinformation going on. So therefore, we have been interacting with our veterans. Many of them had their doubts. Many of them were not informed about it, and most of them whom we spoke to have come around. They have understood what is the genesis of this scheme. And so we are hopeful the rest of them also will get convinced once we reach out to them and so on. So my advice to the people who are involved in protests and violent activities is that they must remain calm. They must get themselves fully informed about what the scheme is about. It is a transformative scheme. It is about creating much more opportunities for more and more